Well, of course it would rain last night right after I spray the trees. But, oh, it's windy today. It looks like most of the surround stayed on the trees, which is a good thing. I still have to put another coating on there. And as you can see, I can only get like the bottom third of the trees. The sprayer just isn't reaching high enough. Okay, off to work for a little bit, and then I will be back, and hopefully we'll have some more fun stuff to do. Oh, by the way, the transmission issue with the truck is not the alternator. I was not using my meter right yesterday, and the alternator and the battery are fine. So I might be rebuilding the transmission. Before I go to work, I need to make some breakfast real quick. Scrambled eggs it'll be. Well, I got to get started on the vlog that we were supposed to have out this morning. Let's get started on this. Well, I am sad to say that it's looking more and more likely that I'm going to be dropping the transmission in this truck to rebuild it. Just been doing more diagnosis, and as I was saying last night, ending that vlog, I thought it was the alternator, but it's not. The alternator checks out fine. Anyway, I think I said that to you guys earlier. But I'm going to take us down the road, test one more thing out before I bring it in to check the fluid. Well, tonight for dinner, just green peppers and onions. That's all we're eating. We've decided to go vegetarian. No, not really. This is what we are cooking tonight. Italian sausage on the grill. We usually do the green peppers and onions on the grill outside, but we're in kind of a hurry today, so we're just gonna grill up the sausage and then eat it without bread. Yes, without bread, because we're back on keto today. It's Monday. The weekend fun is over for now. Well, guys, I can honestly say that I am quite depressed this evening, because I just checked the transmission fluid in my truck, and even though the transmission has never overheated, the transmission fluid smells like burned steak. And it is not really super black, but I have a feeling that something inside of it is burned up and on its way out. So I have a tough decision to make, whether I rebuild the truck, or the transmission I should say, or I sell it, or I just forget about it. But I love that truck and I drive it a lot, and it's been driven quite a bit in the past 2 weeks, going back and forth to the camper. Anyway, yeah, that's how my afternoon has been so far today. Smelling these green peppers and onions reminds me of walking on the boardwalk in Wildwood, because you smell this in quite a few places on the boardwalk. Seems to be very popular in Wildwood. Green peppers and onions with Italian sausage, or green peppers and onions with steak subs. They call them hoagies up there, I think. Don't they? Looking pretty good. I'm just standing here looking at the yard, cooking dinner, and I see that Michelle's flags have bloomed. Let's take a look at those. Check them out. Well, I definitely have to mow the lawn again. Very, very soon. I think it is time to eat. Go for 2. Well, I opted to use one piece of low-carb bread, and it's actually pretty good sausage. I like it, but it's very, very hot. Not spicy hot, but just temperature hot. Yeah. Well, it is a beautiful, albeit chilly, evening for a walk. And this is going to be a really short vlog today, because I didn't do a whole lot today. Let's see if we see anything different on today's walk. Well, guys, I guess I'm going to end this vlog where I ended it last night. Unfortunately, I am not happy about the way this is turning out with this truck. So we've got Michelle's pickup truck up at the Nissan dealership awaiting a possible replacement motor, more than likely a replacement motor. And now I got my Trooper here that I'm going to have to drop the transmission and rebuild it. I did this with my son's truck. Him and I did that, the one that's out in California now. It was successful, but it was a lot of work. For me, it takes me about 9 hours to get the transmission out of the truck. That's unbolting everything, dropping it, and then, you know, just taking it out. To rebuild the transmission, oh boy, once I get all the parts, figure out what I need, we're talking about probably a couple of days at least. Getting some of the gaskets off is maddening. They stick so bad. You just got to sit there and scrape them and scrape them and scrape them. And of course, you can't use metal scrapers. You have to use plastic scrapers because you don't want to damage the metal. Then, of course, you got to put the transmission back in and prep it, put fluids in it and everything. And that usually takes about another 8 to 10 hours. And last time I did it, I was a little bit younger than I am now. Of course, I do have some knowledge now on how to do it, but it's not going to make it any easier because being on your back on the concrete for that amount of time, unbolting stuff, is not fun. Not fun at all, even with a creeper. Although in this situation, I really can't use a creeper because of the amount of space. And of course, I'm going to have to put this up on ramps and then put the back on jack stands so that I have enough height to be able to get the transmission out of the truck. It's frustrating. This truck, we had the transmission rebuilt in it, and it did not need it. It wasn't slipping. I had 175,000 miles on it at that point, I figured, you know, it was time to get it rebuilt because we were getting our hybrid camper. And yeah, they rebuilt it. And that was only 75,000 miles ago, so it must not have been a great rebuild, considering I got over 100,000 more out of the original. So, if I decide to do the rebuild on this, it looks like the thought of it is just agonizing. Granted, I've got a lot more free time right now, but I don't want to spend it doing that. There's other projects that I'd like to be doing besides that. As far as cost goes, the cost is not super expensive. If I were to take this to a shop now, it would be probably about $3,500 to get the transmission replaced, or excuse me, rebuilt. Parts, I just priced everything out. If I don't need any other hard parts inside, beyond what is available in the rebuild kits, the rebuild kit starts at $195. And then I'll need, you know, fluid, a new torque converter that runs around $200. So, you know, I could have this thing rebuilt for about $500, you know, and then of course all my time. But I'm not happy about it. And plus the fact I don't like being down 2 trucks. We do have our other cars, but when you need to get to the store or something and you want to, you know, load stuff up, can't do it. And I can't tow with my car. And I not that I'm necessarily going to be towing anything, but my mom does need some help around her house, and I was going to bring my tractor down to her house, and I can't do that because this thing is going to be disassembled. So, and I would think if I started on this tomorrow, I might be able to get the transmission out by Wednesday, tomorrow being Tuesday. And then of course I have to start the teardown process, and then find out what went bad. I suspect I know what it is. It's common in these 4L30E transmissions. It's the second or third clutch pack, second and or third clutch pack. I'm thinking it's probably the second that's weakening out, because in order to get the third, you need to have the second operational fully. But yeah. But when you tear a transmission apart, you just go ahead and replace everything, because it doesn't make sense to just go in and fix what's wrong with it, because there's other parts in there that are eventually going to fail, and are, you know, because of various reasons. So I'm going to leave the vlog there on that negative note this evening, with showing you the Trooper. This will probably be the thumbnail too, somehow. But anyway, I do appreciate you guys watching the vlogs. It's been a lot of fun doing these, and I guess doing this transmission, I'll probably at least vlog some of it. I'm definitely not going to do a how-to on it, because I'm going to fly through it as fast as I can, and just setting up the cameras and all that, it takes so long. But if you're new to the channel, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button if you guys like these videos, and also be sure to hit the notification bell to be notified of new videos when they become available. And once again, at some point this week, we are going to do a live stream for our 500 subscriber giveaway, so stay tuned for that. Hey guys, thanks a lot for watching. I do appreciate it once again, and you all have a good evening. Stay safe out there.